Welcome once again, and from the previous video which I have uploaded, I was discussing about the government of the United States of America, and now I'm going to discuss about the government of the United Kingdom, or else the UK government. From the previous subtopic, I discussed about various subtopics, including the background and nature of the government, the executive, the legislature, and also, and also the judiciary. The judiciary. And also, I'm going to give out key questions. And so, I'm going to start out to begin with the first part, which is the executive, or the background and nature of the government. The nature and background of the United Kingdom government. The UK consists of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And United Kingdom is a parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy. That means there is a separation of powers whereby there is parliamentary democracy and at the same time there is constitutional monarchy. So that means this monarchy system is stipulated by the Constitution of the United Kingdom. And unlike the United States of America, the UK has an unwritten constitution made up of the statuses, that is, laws passed by the Parliament. Another one is customs and conventions. Another one is court decisions of common law. And the last one is historical documents, e.g. the Magna Carta of 1215, a Bill of Rights which was assented in the year 1689. The system of government unitary, power centralized in Parliament, though devolution has given Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland some autonomy. The principle, parliamentary supremacy is the key principle, and Parliament can make or unmake any law. Part B is the executive of the United Kingdom. The executive is made up of three components. Okay, made up of three components, one including the monarch, who is the king or the queen, the prime minister, and the cabinet. So part A, the monarch, or the king or the queen of the particular kingdom, United Kingdom. And the monarch or the king or queen is the head of state. And for now, as per year 2025, the head of state is King Charles III, who rose into power since the year 2022. Position is hereditary. It is passed down in the royal family, only through the royal family. Powers are mostly ceremonial and symbolic because the UK is a constitutional monarchy. The functions of the monarchy, which you as a learner should be able to discuss at least 6, include 1. Opens and dissolves the parliament. It is the work of the monarch to open and dissolve parliament. He or she gives royal assent to bills passed by the parliament, a formality up to date. So it is the work of the monarch to give or to assent the bills passed up by the parliament. 3. He or she appoints prime minister, who is the leader of the majority party in the House of Commons. So it is the work of the monarchy to appoint the prime minister, who is the head or the leader of majority party in the House of Commons. And another function is that the monarch is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, but in practice, this is exercised by the prime minister and the parliament. The Prime Minister, number 2. The Prime Minister is the head of government, so the monarch is the head of state, while the Prime Minister is the head of government. He is also the leader of the party, which majority sits in the House of Commons, exercises real executive powers. And the functions of Prime Minister include is the head of government that sets national policy. So he's the head of government that sets national policy. He appoints and dismisses cabinet ministers, chairs cabinet meetings, advises the monarchy on key matters, and represents the UK internationally. Number 3 is the cabinet. Cabinet is composed of senior ministers heading government departments or government dockets. For example, the docket of the Department of Foreign Affairs, Department of Defense, Finance, Education, states of the monarch of the state, and the cabinet collectively is collectively responsible for government decisions. So key decisions under every department should arise or they are formulated by these cabinet or the cabinet ministers. The cabinet works under the principle of collective responsibility. Once a decision is made, all must support it publicly. Number C or Part C, the legislature or the parliament. The United Kingdom is a bicameral, so it is made up of two houses, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. And number 1, House of Commons, this comprises of elected members or the members of parliament, the MPs. MPs represent the people, and it is the most powerful chamber in the land. The functions of the House of Commons include makes laws, controls government expenditure of the budget, questions and checks the government, and this is done through debates, committee, questions, time, and they can pass a vote of no confidence to remove the government or the prime minister. Remember, the monarch cannot be removed from the seat, but the prime minister can be. The parliament can vote a vote of no confidence for the minister, and that means the prime minister is suspended or resigns. Number 2 is the House of Lords. Members are not elected, and it is composed of hereditary peers, life peers, bishops, and other nobles. Functions: reviews, amends, and delays legislation from the Commons, provides experts advice on lawmaking, and then cannot veto laws permanently. Commons can override. Okay. Subsection D, the judiciary. This is independent from Parliament and the executive. So judiciary is an independent arm of the government of the UK. Courts apply and interpret the law. So judiciary is made up of courts. It's just the courts. So courts apply and interpret the law. That is the function of the judiciary. The highest court is the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom, which was established in the year 2009 under the leadership of the then Queen Elizabeth II or the third, whatever, King Elizabeth. Judges are appointed and they are not elected, so they are appointed. Parliament is supreme, so courts cannot strike down acts of Parliament. So, as you have seen that every arm of government here is independent. The key features of the UK government, one is it has a written constitution, and so the constitution is based on customs, conventions, laws, and historical documents, as we have said, on the background and nature of the UK government. Another one is unitary state, central authority, though devolved governments exist. So it is a unitary state from the word United Kingdom. So there is central authority, at the same time there is devolved governments. Okay, I hope we are together up to that point. Another point is constitutional monarchy. Monarch reigns but does not rule. Monarch only rules, not rules, reigns. The monarch reigns but does not rule. Another one is parliamentary supremacy. Parliament has the final authority in the land. There is fusion of powers: executive, prime minister, cabinet comes from the legislature or the parliament. Multi-party democracy, though dominated by Labour and Conservative parties. So you might be asked, name or list two parties in the United Kingdom or England or whatever. And what the examiner expects from you is to write simply Labour Party and Conservative Party. And lastly, I'm going to give you exam style questions on this particular topic. Number one, the short answer questions. Number one, identify two sources of the British Constitution. And we have said it is based on customs, conventions, laws, and historical documents. That is what we expect you to write. We have stated the three functions of the Prime Minister in the United Kingdom. And we have mentioned two differences between the House of Commons and the House of the Lords. One is elected members, others is not elected. It is hereditary. Peers and all that. Structured questions. Explain 5 functions of the British Parliament. 10 marks. Describe 4 roles of the British monarch in the government. Let us say 6 roles. That is 12 marks. Discuss 5 features of the British Constitution. And written. And you give all that. You explain bit a step by step. Then I'll give essay questions for better understanding and for you to do research. Explain 6 features of the British system of government. 6 features of the British system of government, and compare the parliamentary system of government in the UK with the presidential system in the USA. So next time I'll come up with the government of India, and that will mark the end of it. And so because it is world governments, it is a topic on world governments, and I'm not going to discuss about Kenyan government. Kenyan government is an internal government, so we are going to talk about external governments here. USA being 1, United Kingdom being 2, and lastly, which you're going to check, it is the government of India, of course, which is, I think, federal government, because we have presidential seat or presidential docket being ceremonial, and we have parliamentary or the prime minister being the head of government, while the president is the head of state. And for that, I think this lesson or this particular video is going to end there. Please bless me with a subscription. You can subscribe and also follow me on TikTok, Facebook, and everywhere. Sam Tutors Kehi, and be blessed. If you have any question, please write it on the comment section and I'll be tackling it.